we're looking here at chapter 15 related questions, and now we're to number 7. And 7 talks about Harold Biggs is provided with $200,000 of coverage under his employer's group term life insurance plan. Which of the following statements is true? Okay, so we're looking at just getting some practice with fringe benefits. Some you can take and not have to do any kind of adjustment or calculation. But really what we're going to see here if you're talking about group term life insurance, right, you can get $50,000 is going to be the limit of your fringe benefit. Right, so it says that Harold Biggs has provided $200,000 of coverage, which is fine. $50,000 of it is going to be considered a fringe benefit. The remaining, and we'll do the math just to show it here. The remaining $150,000 of coverage is included in Harold's gross income, right? But there's an important part here, the value of the cost of $150,000 of coverage. So sometimes I've had individuals just hear this part and they think, oh, that you mean my income is going to be increased by $150,000 because of this. No, that's not what we're saying. And in fact, this next one gives us some example of kind of how don't panic with this. Right, so in this case, it says an employee receives $110,000 of group term life insurance. Right, maybe we should finish that one. So B was the answer for 7. 8 says an employee receives $110,000 of group term life insurance coverage per year. The cost of this coverage to his employer is $90. The cost based on the IRS's uniform premium table is $1.08 per $1,000 of coverage. What amount is taxable to the employee? Right, so we're going to start with doing what we did up here. In this case, they had $110,000 of total coverage. We said $50,000 of that is just going to be treated as a fringe benefit, and the remaining, $60,000, the cost of that is going to be included. Well, what does that mean exactly? Well, this is where, and it's not going to be this same amount for everybody, but know that you look up this uniform premium table, and it's going to have some factors that you look at, age and things like that, and you're going to find out what is the rate. In this case, the table says that it's $1.08 per year per $1,000 of coverage. Right, so that means we take the $60,000 that we had in excess here. We're going to divide it by 1,000 to get per the $1,000 of coverage. And we're going to multiply that by 1.08. So the 60,000 divided by 1,000 divided by 1.08 see if we can pull up our calculator here. $64.80. So $64.80, or A, is what's going to be added to the income. Correct? And understand, so that's added to income. That's not saying that my tax is going to even increase by $64.80. It could increase a percentage of it, but to get that much more in health or long-term life insurance, group term life insurance, I'd gladly add that and pay a little bit more just for the safety or security of it. Right, so I think I want to make sure we followed up 7 with 8 because you can see how it's really not as much to sweat like some people might initially think it is.